Welcome to the Fermented Homestead. If you're new here, my name is Anna, and on this channel, I'm sharing our journey of learning how to turn our home into a homestead. Today and the last little while, it's just very unusual days. Right now, we're kind of in the midst of everything that's going on with the coronavirus and all of this kind of, for lack of a better word, hysteria that's going on surrounding it. And I live right pretty much smack dab in the middle of everything that's going on. I have a city that's like, I think it's 20 miles south of me that I've heard, I haven't confirmed, but I've heard like the whole city is on under quarantine, or at least it was for like a couple of days. And then, all the schools are shut down for 6 weeks, and there's just so much going on. You go to Costco and like you can't even go inside. They're monitoring the number of people that are in there. Just yesterday, or today rather, the governor has said that he's going to be closing down all restaurants and anything that's a gathering of more than 50 people. They're going to be shut down. And it's so much that is going on with this. And I'm preparing in my own way for the possibility of the things that will happen. There's all different kinds of options of things that could come down the road, whether it be, an individual quarantine or, like a mass quarantine or, any number of things that could come down the road. And so I just wanted to kind of share with you the ways that I prepare for, or that I'm not prepared, but the way that I am preparing for this and what could possibly be coming down the road. And the main way that Robert and I are preparing for this is getting ready to do a bunch of projects. I'm not trying to make light of this. I know that people can have very bad reactions to this sort of thing, but for me, I would want to take advantage of the opportunity to get a bunch of stuff done around my house. Like if I have to sit home for 2 weeks, I'm going to get stuff done. And one of the things that's coming up is right there. Went to Coastal and picked up some clear wrap for making a greenhouse, a cattle panel greenhouse. And got all the cattle panels are right over there, and the wood is inside of that garage right over there. And just all kinds of different projects that we're going to be working on around the house. Just put the chickens outside, and what else have I got? I'm going to be getting some more chickens and just going to be doing and keeping ourselves super busy. And the reason that I am not overly concerned with myself, I practice obviously very regular, hand washing and all of those sorts of things. And so I'm not super concerned. And I also don't feel that I'm somebody who, by my own lack of proper hand washing or other, I'm trying to figure out how to word this. I don't feel that I would be somebody who would be a carrier, I guess you could say. Certainly not for any lack of my own responsible behavior. I practice very regular hand washing, all of the different kinds of sanitary type things, especially when I'm out in public. There's things that I do on a regular daily basis to boost my immune system and all of those sorts of things where I've gotten sick one time in the last, I don't even know how many years. And so I'm just not overly concerned about it within my own self. If I do get sick, I get sick. I do have asthma, so I am one of those people who's a bit more at risk for having an adverse reaction. So, I guess if all of this stuff is going to be happening, I'd rather keep busy instead of go crazy, go stir crazy. I have a homestead that I'm building, and I'm just really excited about the things that we're going to be doing. Not necessarily excited might be a bad word, but I mean, I am excited. I'm excited for the things that we're going to be doing, and I'm excited for all the different projects that we have going on around the homestead. I got little chickens right here. I got a heat lamp. I just put the chicks outside, the meat chickens outside. If I can get this latch open, I would show you. They're so cute. Oh, they cleaned up. Oh, and the poor little things are all huddled. Okay. We need to do some chicken tending. They're all huddled up in this little corner. It smells like chickens. So, I have so much going on around here, around my homestead. It's really hard to put into words. Let me put this tripod down here because I need to get in there. Okay. Check on their food supply. Oh, they have food in there. It's just not coming out. I might need to get the bowl. You poor things. Okay. Okay. So, now we're on a mission to find a better way to actually feed these birds. So, I'm trying to figure out kind of what I'm trying to say with regards to this. I don't know. I guess just in the coming videos that I'm going to be doing a few different tutorials and things like that on the things that I like to do on a regular basis to boost my immune system. I have come out with a video recently, like the top 10 things that I like to do in order to heal myself when I'm feeling sick and also to maintain my health. And I will go ahead and link that here or there or wherever it's going to be. And just for a little bit of a supplement to that, but I'm going to be coming out with several different videos in the very near future with just different things that I like to do on a regular basis that help me and have helped me over the years to build my immune system to the point that I'm not worry free, but I certainly am not panicked and I'm not overly concerned. I am very aware that this virus can have some gnarly things that you just don't want to deal with. Like, I'm not saying that anybody wants to get this, and I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, and I'm not saying that it's not real. But what I am saying is that it doesn't deserve the hype and the hysteria that is out there. It's all just mass fear, and it's just fear. All of it is just fear-based. And there are certain practical, basic things that you can do as a normal, healthy human being to mitigate your risk and to make it so it's just, kind of like a mild cold. Like, it's not a huge deal. And, a lot of people who do have a lot of immune deficiencies and, people who are fighting with cancer or, on MS protocols or, all different types of things that can hinder your immune system. And I'm sure that they have a right to be concerned. Absolutely. Like they would any other flu season or any other cold or anything like that, any of the other coronaviruses that have come and gone or come and still here. But my issue that I have with all of this is the just the hysteria and the fear that's surrounding it. You go to Costco and you can't even get, they let 25 people in the door at a time, and you're lucky if you can even find toilet paper, and people are just buying up stuff like crazy, and it's just, even if you do get quarantined, you're just there for 2 weeks. You're not there for 7 months. So it's like, how much toilet paper do you really need? But anyways, so I'm sure I'm probably going to end up cutting out quite a bit of this rant that I have going on here. I'm just, as somebody who is right in the center of all of this, schools are closed, it's all happening, 30, 40 miles south of me. And, my dad told me that my uncle who has MS, he has coronavirus and he's projected to be just fine. So I'm not trying to say that there's nothing to worry about, but I am saying, there's just basic things that you can do to, make yourself not be in fear. And I'm going to go ahead in the coming videos and show you some of the things that I like to do to heal my immune system, not heal my immune system, build my immune system so that my immune system can fight anything that I might come across. So, let's go ahead and get busy on getting these chickens happy for the night, their first night outside. I hope that this, you know, I guess I'm just trying to bring some common sense to everything. I am somebody who comes from history, as I mentioned in my video that I did before with the 10 things I like to do to heal myself and to feel better. I used to have a terrible immune system. I used to catch everything that came around when, the swine flu and bird flu and, all those different strains came around. I was terrified. I didn't do anything about it, and there was no mass hysteria to panic the entirety of society like there is with this coronavirus. But I was terrified for myself because there was a really good chance I could get it, and I did. And even in my weakened immune state that I was in, I was fine. It wasn't fun, and I have asthma, so it makes all the sicknesses even worse than it would be otherwise, but I was still fine. And, it's like it was a couple of weeks of feeling crummy, and then life went on, I mean, even back then. But, so I don't want you to think that I'm, trying to downplay that, or say that it doesn't, it's not a thing, or, it's, whatever. I know it can be unpleasant, and it's not something you want to deal with, but it's not Ebola, It's not like it's a respiratory disease and one that you don't want to get, but you don't need to shut down society in order to. And even shutting down society is not going to do anything. This virus is going to do what it's going to do, no matter what, in my opinion. And, I feel like history's on my side with that one. Where did I put my bowls? With the chicken feed, I like to buy the whole grain kind of, it's a scratch and peck brand feed, made here locally-ish anyways. And, but I'm just having a hard time figuring out how to get the birds to actually eat it and make it so that it actually comes out of the feeder and all of that kind of stuff. So I bought a bowl, and we'll see if this one works. Because the feeder that I had before worked really great when I was inside, when they were inside, and I was regularly tending to them, and it wasn't a big deal. So, but this one, I think it's going to be an issue being outside. So I'm going to try this big bowl here. Let's see how it works. Let's dump the feed in here. This might just be a brooder feeder, but this thing is fantastic. We were having some major issues with this thing being all the different feeder types that we tried would just get packed in with sawdust, whether it was fermented feed or dry feed. It was just terrible. And these with the little legs made it so that the pine shavings and whatever kind of bedding they had didn't get into the food, and it works amazing. So if you are having issues with that, totally pick out, I think we took the sticker off, this here. Not affiliated, just works really well. Solved a problem, figured I'd pass it along. So, let's see if we can get them fed here. A little bit more food, see how they react to that new feeder. They might be a little too small for this feeder. On to the next problem. So I guess basically what I'm trying to say in all of this is that I'm choosing not to panic. You can do what you want. I'm choosing not to panic. I'm choosing to make the best of the situation that we're in. If I do end up getting, quarantined or something silly like that, well, not necessarily silly, but if I do end up getting quarantined or anything like that, I have a big whole homestead, that I'm in the process of redoing. So, we just got the supplies that we need if we do end up getting quarantined, or, if for whatever reason we can't leave our house or anything like that. We have a bunch of projects that we have the ability to work on, and not to mention that, we just have a lot of fun stuff coming up. I mean, coronavirus aside, I mean, we're going to be building a cattle panel greenhouse. We just built we just had a bunch of stuff. You know, we got chicken tractors. I know that video is not going to be coming out for a little while, but I'm going to show you that one. Okay. And then I just had to kind of jump ahead and post this one. Now we're off to find an extension cord. So hopefully we can plug in that heat lamp. Basically, with all of this, I'm not trying to say that people aren't going to get sick. I'm not trying to say that people aren't getting sick. I'm not trying to say that, you know, people can't die. I'm not trying to say that people shouldn't be careful. So basically the only thing that I'm trying to say with all of this is that you shouldn't let this steal your peace. Prepare, be cautious, you know, make sure that you do have food on hand because you really don't know what's going to happen. And, you know, but don't let it steal your peace. Just be okay. Why do I have such a hard time closing this door? So often. Oh, that's why. Found the extension cord. Hopefully it's long enough. I can plug it in and keep these little chickies warm tonight. So I just wanted to get on here and hopefully kind of maybe bring you some ideas or some peace or whatever it might be. And basically, you know, like I said, I live super close to everything that's happening, kind of the ground zero of, you know, all of this stuff that's happening, pretty close to it. And I'm somebody who comes from a place of having a very weakened immune system in the past, and I've done a tremendous amount of work to build my immune system up. And kind of my thought behind it, all of this is, you know, yes, you can get sick. Yes, you know, you could get pretty sick. But I think the majority of people who do not have a suppressed immune system are going to be just fine. It's not going to be pleasant, you know, like any sickness is pleasant. You know, all of those ones that we'd had in the past, you know, I've had a couple of those in the past when I had a weakened immune system, and they're not fun. But I was fine in the end. It was not a fun experience. It's not something I want to duplicate. It's not something I try to duplicate, which is why I've spent so much time trying to build up my immune system so that I wouldn't have to worry or fear with all of this. You know, just basic hand washing, sanitation, all of that kind of stuff all goes into play. So I finally found the outlet outside is just painted and not very obvious. So back to my original point, which I don't even know what I was trying to make the point about. Anyways, I just wanted to kind of give you an idea of some of the stuff that is going to be coming up on the channel. Some of the things that I'm planning on doing. I'm going to be doing several different kind of tutorials on various different things that I like to do in order to maintain a healthy immune system, and a bunch of different projects that we're going to be doing around the homestead. We're going to be doing a cattle panel greenhouse, and we're going to be doing, well, we already did, but I'm going to be showing you how we did our chicken tractor and putting the chickens out in the tractor